Good morning, students. Welcome to the e-learning class of Grammar of Standard 7th. And today, the topic which we are going to learn is prepositions. So, we are going to start with chapter number 25, that is prepositions. And in that, we are going to learn part 1. So, let us start with the topic. Students, first of all, tell me what you mean by prepositions. So preposition means it tells the position of the object. For example, the book is on the table. Means book कहाँ पे है? That is on the table. Table के ऊपर है. Your second example is the pen is in the drawer. कहाँ पे है pen? That is in the drawer. Means drawer के अंदर है. So what they are going to tell? They are telling us the position of the objects. So that is a meaning of preposition. Here are the few examples of preposition. That is, your first one is at, on, in, last, next, since, this, every, for, onto, under, between, among. All these are the examples of prepositions. Now the preposition at, that we will use with a clock time or a meal time. Now let us take a few examples. So your first example is we will go to school at 6 o'clock. Our second example is I will call you at 3:15. My third example is I will meet you at lunchtime. Fourth example is did you have a good time at the weekend? And my fifth example is meet me tomorrow at dinner time. Our second preposition is on, and we will use on plus day and date. Let us take few examples. Our first example is we will go to picnic on Saturday, that is with day. We are using on. Our second example is let's meet on 1st February. Again with on we are using date. Our third example is parents meeting is on 10th March. Fourth example is guest will come on Friday evening. And my last example is board exams will be conducted on 20th March. So these are the few examples on preposition. Now let us learn about the fourth preposition, that is in. So we use in with longer periods, that is with months, years and with seasons, and we use in with a part of the day. So let us take a few examples. His birthday is in June. Second example is she was born in 1995. My third example is we are wearing sweaters in winter. Fourth example is she is going to the yoga class in the morning. And my last example is I will meet him in the afternoon. Now very important point, that we do not normally use at, on or in before time phrases beginning with last, next, this or every. Now let us try to understand this with few example. So my first example is I received the letter last Tuesday. I will not write on last Tuesday. My second example is I will see you again next month. I will not write there I will see you in the next month. Instead of that I will write I will see you again next month. My third example is are you free this afternoon? I will not write are you free in this afternoon. My fourth example is Peter came last Christmas. I will not write Peter came at last Christmas. My fifth example is we go to Bangalore every summer. So I will not write there we go to Bangalore in every summer. Remember how to use since and for in the perfect tense. Now since it is used with a point of time. With a point of time means it is from the starting from that point. And for it is used with a period of time. Or we can say length of time till now. Let us learn this with few examples when to use since and for. So since it is used with starting from that point, and for where it is used with a time duration, you can see. Now let us take a example. Now your first example is, I have known him since 1998. It means तब से लेकर, from where, from 1998 till now I know him. So at that time we will use since. My second example is, I have known him for 8 years. It means मैं तब से लेके till 8 years I know that person. So at that time we will use for, not since. And my third example is, it has been raining for 2 hours. It means it is giving a time duration. It is telling a time duration that it has been raining for 2 hours. At that time we will not use the since. So again a few examples are given, like since 7 o'clock, since 12th June, since last week, since 2002, and since my childhood I know him. Next, it is for next table, you can notice that is for 3 hours, that is time duration is given again, for several days, for a long time, for 3 years, and for ages. At that time we will use for. Now we are going to learn about prepositions of place, that is at, in, and on. Now we use at to talk about. What we use? We use at to talk about a position or a point in space. So let us take a few examples. The first example is, there is a boy at the gate. At that time we will use at preposition. My second example is, they were waiting at the railway station. And my third example is, turn left at the next corner. At that time we will use the preposition at. Why? Because it is showing a position or a point in space. We are going to use at with events or with group activities. For example, my first example is, was Radha at the party. So at that time we will use at. Second example is, I saw David at a tennis match. And my third example is, there weren't many people at the meeting. We are using preposition at with shops or at workplace. Let us take example. I saw him at the baker's shop at the supermarket. My second example is, he is at a doctor's. We use at a person's house or flat. For example, I had tea at Anand's house or flat. We use at preposition with an exact address. Let us take example. He lives at Ambedkar Street. My second example is, are you still at the same address? Now we use in preposition when we see something as having volume or area. So let us take a few examples. The first example is, mothers in the kitchen, that is they are in the area. So at that time we will use preposition in. My second example is, I had 30 rupees in my pocket. So that is showing a volume. So at that time I will use preposition in. Now third example is, the children were playing in the park. So again they are showing area. So at that time I will use the preposition in. Now we often use at with a building when you're thinking of the activity that is happening over there. And we use in preposition when we mean inside that building. For example, we are at the cinema last night. It means we were watching a film or movie. It means that we are thinking of the activity that happened there. And my second example is, it was very cold in the cinema. It means inside the cinema it was very cold. At that time we will use the preposition in. We use in with cities, towns and villages when we are thinking of them as a places they are having their length and breadth. At that time which preposition we will use? We will use in. When we are thinking of them as places they are having as a length and breadth, it means in terms of its area. And we normally use at when we see the city, town or villages as a point of journey. Now let us try to understand these examples. My first example is we stayed in London for 2 days. Now why we are using in preposition? Because when we are thinking of them as places they are having length and breadth, at that time we will use in preposition. My second example, our plane stopped at London on the way to New York. Why we are using at preposition here? Because when we see the city, town or village as a point of journey now. My third example is they live in Raipur. My fourth example is does this train stop at Raipur, that is Raipur station. Now we use in to talk about a road or street, but in America on is used. Let us try to understand this with an example. The Mehtas live in Museum Road or Tilak Street. At that time, we are using in preposition. Before starting this, let me tell you, while speaking, we use American or US English language. And while writing, we use UK or British English language. So let us start with this. Remember these phrases. Now, first one is at school or at college. So sentence for this is I am at school, and next sentence is I am at college. But in American English they say I am in school and I am in college. My second sentence is at church or in church. So sentence for this is I am at the church, and second sentence is I am in the church. My third sentence is at work or at home. So sentence will be for this is we are at work, and my next sentence is we worked at home. My next sentence is at your house or at Usha's house. So sentence for this is I am coming at your house, and second sentence will be I had coffee at Usha's house. My next sentence is at 24 Netaji's. So your sentence for this is he lives at 24 Netaji Street. Next sentence is at the seaside. So my sentence is I am at the seaside. My next sentence is at the top or at the bottom of a hill. So sentence for this is I am at the top of the hill, and second sentence is I am at the bottom of a hill. My next sentence is at or on the corner of a street. So first sentence is I am at the corner of a street, and my second sentence is I was at the corner of a street on Friday. My next sentence is at the beginning of is I was at the beginning of my career. My next sentence is at the end of. So sentence for this is I am at the end of the mountain. My next sentence is at the back of. So sentence for this is I am at the back of the house. My next sentence is in Pakistan. So sentence for this is we stayed in Pakistan for 2 years. My next sentence is in Kolkata. They live in Kolkata. Next sentence is in Church Street. So sentence for this is I am in Church Street of Mumbai. My next sentence is in a book or in a newspaper. So sentence for this is preposition chapter is in a book, and next sentence is I have read this article in a newspaper. My next sentence is in the lesson. So your sentence for this is we are going to learn the story in the lesson. Next sentence is in the sky. So sentence for this is there are stars in the sky. My next sentence is in the middle. So sentence for this is girls are sitting in the middle of the row. My next sentence is sit in an armchair. So sentence for this is Divya confirmed and sat in an armchair near Soumya. My next sentence is in the corner of a room. So sentence for this is the boy was studying in the corner of a room. My next sentence is in the front or in the back of a car. So sentence for this is Aditi is sitting in the front of a car. And my next sentence is Anita was sitting in the back of a car. The next sentence is at the front or at the back of a building or a hall. So sentence for this is the function stage is at the front of the hall. And my next sentence is the school is at the back of a building. Next sentence is on the second floor. So sentence for this is Raj lives on the second floor. Next is on the platform. So the sentence for this is passengers are waiting on the platform. My next sentence is on the farm. So sentence for this is the animals are grazing on the grass. My next sentence is on the beach. So sentence for this is we are going on the beach. My next sentence is on the coast. So sentence for this is we live on the east coast. My next sentence is on a shelf. So sentence for this is the books are on the shelf. My next sentence is on the radio. So sentence for this is we listen news on the radio. Sentence is on television or on TV. So sentence for this is we watch serials on television or on TV. My next sentence is on video. So sentence for this is we saw the program on video. My next sentence is on CD or on DVD. So sentence for this is this film is available on DVD. My next sentence is on CD-ROM. So sentence for this is this dictionary is available on CD-ROM. My next sentence is on the internet. So sentence for this is I have read the newspaper on the internet. My next sentence is on the phone. So sentence for this is I spoke to him on the phone. My next sentence is on the corner or at the corner. In bracket it is given when we are talking about the street. So sentence for the first one is the library is located on the corner of a main street. And my next sentence is there is a big church at the corner of a street. My next sentence is but in the corner of a room. So sentence for this is the girl is sitting in the corner of a room. My next sentence is drive on the left or right. So sentence for this is the boy is driving car on the left side. And next sentence is the man is driving car on the right side. My next sentence back is on the envelope. Sentence for this is there is a picture of Gandhiji on the back of the envelope. My next sentence is sit on a chair which has no arms. So sentence for this is I gave him a chair to sit one which has no arms. My next sentence is the information is on page number 42. But I opened the book at page number 42. So with this we have completed our topic. I hope each and everything is very clear to you. In the next session we will continue with our part 2 of preposition. Thank you.